are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy, sharing a motel with the fish heads. It's Zach Elias. What up, Unk?
Ahoy, matey. How'd that go? You top of the food chain today?
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays, we do it live. Saturdays, we post it later. Got a whole gaggle of episodes. If this is your first time, if this is your last time, we welcome you. Share the episode, give us a good rating, and remember, the next time you're on a cruise ship and somebody else that looks just like you has the drink package, you tell them, A454, Jason, give me a Mai Tai. Because...
What package did you have?
We like when people love our episodes, but we love when people hate them.
How big was your package? Tiny.
Got a great episode planned for tonight, but before we get into it, Zach, why don't you tell everybody what you are drinking?
Okay, I didn't realize we would be doing this because it was Met game, then it was rain, then it was this. You should have seen the neuroses on the other end of this. How do you do? Yeah, it's that. So I have a Bud Light, unhappily, because I didn't get a chance to do anything. Thought I was going tomorrow. You called for a time. You issued a subpoena earlier today. What are you drinking there? Something from the ocean? Ocean water?
Well, what's the best way to my heart? The best way to get your beer on this podcast, to cut the line. Sorry, Big Mike, but Tommy Two Tits, who I saw this past week. By the way, he's down to one tits. He is on all the Wegovy, and he's dropping weight like crazy.
No invite? I'd love to see Tommy One Tit.
It was.
He'll be Tommy One Nut soon. He'll be like full John Kruk.
It is the Autodidact beer out of Morris Plains, New Jersey. It is Isolation of a Light Source Japanese rice lager conditioned on Naishi pears. Zach, ready for the best part? It is 4.2% alcohol.
Oh, God. Dirty knees, look at those.
Release the Kraken.
It's going to be pure Rahway River water.
Here's to you. I spent
Beechwood aged.
I spent a weekend in Rahway 1 month.
Exactly.
Or a month in Rahway, whatever.
You went to prison there briefly. Stuff.
Episode 288, calling this one.
Hey, you used my joke, Chicken of the Sea.
Sometimes you knock it out of the park. Editing the podcast, the two of you, I'm on the floor, and I just held everything in me wanted to text you. Zach, you and I haven't talked a lot in the last week and a half. I feel like I've been hanging out with you because watching the episode, you and Ron, just giggling my ass off.
Like idiots, but what of the sea was it? Was it one of those of the sea?
They're all of the sea. It was the Symphony of the Sea, as Tanta Marlene corrected you in the notes.
Sure.
That was the
Chicken of the Sea. Same. The Symphony. It's all bullshit.
Look, I could do 45 minutes of why it was the worst trip. I could do 45 minutes why it was the best trip.
You could do 45 minutes on that one? Because that's not what it sounded like. How was the trip? Horrible. What a word from you. Just that. Pictures of your father passed out with kids around him was great.
But you know me. I have to then tell the story. Like, I had patients this week ask me, like, how was your trip? And I have to go, well, I don't want to complain for an hour, so let me try to find some highlights or at least entertaining lights from the trip. The first one, as I kind of already alluded to, I couldn't tell you what room I stayed in, but the fact that my brother-in-law had the drink package, we look similar enough to all of them that A454, Jason.
Why is it all Asian?
They were all Filipino and Indonesian for the most part.
Did Julia talk to them?
Yeah, they're a native tongue.
Zing
hai bindoa.
She knows.
But no, seriously, A454, Jason, and they're like, okay. And then you show them a little dollar bill. They're like, ooh.
You tipped? Savage.
Yeah. What, dude? $1 there. That is one of the low lights.
Wait, you say there? You went to the Caribbean. You didn't go to
on the ship.
Koh Samui.
On the ship, they are all DP. Dirt poor, where they will do. It's actually.
I thought you got a DP.
No, it's kind of sad
because double penetration. It's all there.
These people are working so hard to provide you fine dining on a cruise ship. Meanwhile, the guy behind you is in a Scottie Pippen jersey and Corona Extra bathing suit, and it's like, "Sir, could we offer you more escargot nachablis?"
Amazing. I still can't believe I said BBC to Ron Katz.
I don't think he picked up on it, did he?
Well, I came right out with what it was. He said BBC. I told him to pick my cock. Yeah, cruise ships are disgusting, and the people that go on them are disgusting. As someone who's been on, I think, 2, one of which was fun. One of which I was so blotto. I found this deck where nobody could get to because you had to go up 4 flights of stairs. I would go up there with like 6 beers and just read a book and get annihilated alone. It was the best part of the trip.
I was doing that in the nursery. I would grab a drink, a toasted marshmallow, and then go upstairs and watch my son dunk on bitches.
Really? Dunk
Yeah.
on bitches.
I mean, they had a little. Yeah, the kids could barely. They were crawling. He dunked. That's all that matters.
He looks the part. He could have been working there.
So let me tell you about some of the things that happened. Now, you've
Yes.
gotten little samples of what happened. Of course, everybody's okay. There were actually no injuries. But we did have to go to the medic on the second floor because my father was struggling one day to walk, where he was too tired, he was too exhausted, he almost fell asleep probably while walking, so he got
What's with the narcolepsy? Is that a story for a different show?
I think it's just diabetes.
Oh,
I think he just eats and falls asleep. But he got a scooter, and my mother's going up the hill, going down the hill, and she says she looks to her
What
left.
hill is there?
They were in Nassau. They were
Okay.
on a hill. And she says she hears to the left. He comes flying by going, the brakes don't work! The brakes don't work!
You cut his brakes?
He turns left. He turns right. Over and under. And next thing you know, he has a cut on 2 legs. He's bleeding from the ear. His aviators are gone. They're now in Nassau. So he had to go to the... Again, my mother's telling the story and we're in tears because he's okay. But... If you would have told me 6,000 people on this ship and one person wouldn't know how to work the brakes, he insists to this day that the brakes didn't work. Zach, there's no chance.
The
Right?
brakes were cut.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing.
Wild card, bitches!
Yes! Good pull.
Thank you.
So stop the van.
The other thing... And
How
I
did Allison fare on this ship? She's an old veteran. She's an old salt.
couldn't tell you. Her and her husband had their own nice little vacation, didn't see him for a week.
All kinds of the sex. Is there a new sun coming?
There's no sun. The rising sun. Meanwhile, I don't know if I told you the whole story, but my father, he kept coming to trivia even though it was sports. It could be Pokemon, general trivia. He knew
General
nothing.
trivia.
Where we even went to one of them and they asked a question about the catcher in the rye. And he was the person, whoever put him in charge of writing down the answers. They said, who wrote the catcher in the rye? And he heard ketchup in the rye and just wrote ketchup for the answer for number 2. And I was like, I don't know.
Didn't you say you cheated the trivia?
So then, on the last day of the cruise, where he's just been getting annihilated in trivia, they're doing Motown trivia. And my father is an expert in 50s, 60s, and 70s music. I'll put him against anybody in the world.
All right.
And he sat there and did it all by himself. And I will say, Scout's honor, he legit got 18 out of 20. Like, name of the artist, end the song, all the stuff. Now, the 2 that he didn't get, I looked over, and he got it wrong, and he goes, you know what? I did know that. And he gave himself a point because it was a self-graded trivia. I said, Dad, you didn't get that. He goes, I meant to put that. So then at the end of it, 4 people in a trivia where you scored yourself scored a perfect score, including my father, who had to go up in front of everybody where they do a fake, now you guys are going to fight to the death to figure out who wins.
That he wanted to. Tough guy from the neighborhood.
My father then does a fake kata on the stage to this big black guy who gives him a couple fake jabs to the face. I'm mortified. They gave one song. They said, first person to raise your hand. Nobody gets it. Next one, hand up, the bald eagle. We go home with champagne.
Thanks
Meanwhile,
for coming out.
18 out of 20.
Yeah, well, the last time I was on a cruise, I ended up in drag, and I got a silver medal for it. So these things happen. Jenna has pictures.
Ooh, the otter. I'm going to need that picture, Jen. ASAP.
It's got me. By the way, the woman I got paired with had a flippers. Her feet bigger than mine, so good for her. Clothes is terrific.
Another highlight, maybe low light, is look, I'll never see any of these people ever again. I am in a bar just pounding beers, watching Sun and my father play chess, and I'm miserable. The beers are free. Next thing you know, from here, Zach.
Sun's key sticking, huh?
Oh, yeah. From here, I gave deep within the belly of the beast.
Burger and Two?
I've never seen the movie. I know the reference. But I'm telling you, one of those, but it echoed throughout this arcade we were in. The nicest, sweetest black lady turns to me. She goes, "Can I quote you on that?" I was like,
What a line. What a line. Bravo. Allow me to pay for your drinks.
yeah, 8-4, 5-4.
Yeah.
But I think one of the funniest things that I saw, so my niece was there, her name's Madison, with her friend Madison, who also came on the trip, the two of them together. They're in the middle of the beach, and a bunch of 15-year-old boy llamas. You know who I'm referring to? The kids with the hair these days?
The Yummy Boppers?
No Yami Boppers, just the llama hair. They got the Mahomes.
Okay, fine. I didn't know it was called the llama hair, but sure.
It's what I call them.
Okay.
5 of them walk up, and their pickup line was, "Hey, you want to play human Tinder?" And immediately I'm like, I know exactly what this is going. So
Is that
they
just, hey,
line,
wanna fuck?
they line up in a line, and my niece just looks and she goes, "No, okay, no."
So you fuck the middle guy?
I don't think she did anything to any of them. Now, this is a high risk, high reward pickup line,
Huge
right?
risk.
Right,
It's
because
been done in the history of the world. B. Arthur did it, but nevertheless.
if you are the one guy who doesn't get picked, it's the worst day of your life.
No one's gonna leave you. No one's going for a 4-way and leaving one guy out. You're gonna go one. You're gonna go man on man.
You're
not playing the zone.
But anyway, my niece retelling the story of just being like, no, oh, okay, you, and then back the other way. Human Tinder, how you doing, Zach?
I don't hate it. I mean, in my world, it's usually human J date, but it's still not bad.
Human J date, same thing at the matzo ball. This gets back to the old batting average. You just go up to 50 girls in a bar and just say wanna. You get one.
Yeah, but the one that you get's the. Can I quote you on that? She'll say yeah, probably, and then you have a night.
So that was pretty much the highlights of the trip that I could go on and on.
So wait, what about other Madison? Madison without a Y. Did she also play human Tinder?
Who said she doesn't have a Y in her name?
I'm assuming it's one with, one without.
It was. And she was by Maddie. I think they both played together, and there wasn't any consequences. I think it was more of like an ego thing. I don't hate it. I really think... I
don't hate it either. At a certain point, you could say anything. Well, let's play Coke and Pepsi. You could just go nuts.
I mean, this is back in the 80s, they would just play chicken fight. And that was the way to be like, hey, want to sit on my shoulders? And then you can sit on my shoulders.
Yeah. Chicken fight's good.
Zach, feeling quirky? Beat jerky.
I can't beat a lot of the cruise stuff. I mean, that was some excellent stuff. But in keeping with this, the first word in it, Quirky Rat Whisperer takes New York visitors on guided tours of the city's worst rodent hotspots. They're sort of little monsters, but also kind of cute. This has got to be better than the ghost tour.
That Jenna almost became a part of.
Jenna was not good on that tour. She was, but that guy had no shtick. You got to think that the Rat King has got cadence and pattern and such. Oh, he's supposed to be a scooter.
Do you wait? Time out. Who's going on this rat tour? Who wants to see
assholes
this?
Who go on a ghost tour? Did you see any ghosts?
No.
Did you laugh once? No.
I laughed at you.
Right. Laughing at my wife who's painting the town literally red, and Milo just not having it. We could have done that without the tour.
No.
Yeah, save $50. So, okay, overweight passenger hauled off plane over, quote, fucking selfish aisle seat demand.
Which was?
That he had to sit on an aisle seat. There's a fat guy. He couldn't. He was spilling over.
What was their seat number? Was it an A, B, E, or F? You don't get an aisle. That's it.
I don't know, but 11A is the one to go. But yeah, he threw an absolute tantrum, and the problem is he's enormous, and these are the little people who have to take him off.
But you would do the same thing. You also act like a child.
When do I act like a child? When do I act like a child? Never. So I've got all the shtick, but I have some quirky things. I wanted to ask Ron Katz this in his HR, but I forgot. So let me ask you. What are your thoughts on men's legs at work? Guys who wear shorts in the fucking summer. It's disgusting. Do you wear shorts at work? Because you have you can wear an elastic waistband kind of job. Shorts?
When I had my own practice, didn't work with anybody for anybody, I wore shorts in the summer every single day. Yes.
Ew.
And flip flops too, because I just didn't.
God,
I didn't.
Just disgusting,
dude. They always say you work hard so you can wear a nice suit, or work hard so you don't have to. And when I had my own
you're
thing
at work,
but I was rolling in patience and rolling in work. I didn't give a shit. I didn't care.
That's pretty good. Okay. Man breaks the world record with 465 half marathons run in a year. Does a full marathon count as 2? Because
why
he's
you stop
running 2 a day at some point.
Why you stop halfway?
I don't know, but I don't get why he's. How does he get? What if he's late to the second marathon? Is he just to run from one marathon to another? Because he's doing more than one a day. It's the stupidest record in the world.
I'm not impressed because this is probably a guy who could more than likely do an Ironman, which he just used his energy for something else. He's paying to exercise. Just go to the gym and run, dude. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I don't care. Call the fun police. Water balloon ban pitched for New York City parks and playgrounds. I hate it. And they also want you to do those reusable ones. Zoe has one of those. I won't allow it. It's got to smack when it hits you, and sometimes the worst when it doesn't break, it bounces off. Now he's got your thing, and you're done.
Oh, the worst is
off. The guy's got it. He's going to drill you hard, make sure that it breaks. No, and then it's a stream of disgusting balloons. Perfect, as it should be.
See, what I don't like is when I'm wearing sneakers playing this and it doesn't bounce and it bounces off of me and then hits the ground and explodes all over my shoes.
There's no worse feeling than wet socks in sneakers. It's
had them today. Torrential downpours here. Terrible.
Oh yeah, my Met game got rained out. It hasn't really rained, but yeah. What do the police care about this? What do people care about this? Fuck that. Get a broom, hire a guy, sweep up after. If you're scared about the birds, it's pigeons. We're really out there to save the pigeons. Ugh, everything, the whole world.
What did Ron say? The Bronx Zoo, pigeons and rats in cages?
Pretty much. You seem to be doing okay these days. You got $249 on you?
Yes.
Good, because you can now enjoy a gold statue of Trump cologne. You guessed it, Trump cologne.
I don't hate it.
Enjoy and have fun and keep winning. 200. It's called Victory 4547. $249 for a 100-milliliter bottle, and it probably smells like him. This is the president. He's marketing shitty cologne.
Who says it's shitty? Maybe it smells delightful. Where do I sample it? That's where I want to hear.
You don't sample it. You have $249. You get that. And I don't know where the spray comes out of.
from the hair, just comes straight out. Just
maybe possible.
See,
speaking of hair,
wait. This is where it gets interesting. You can almost guarantee that'll be worth something one day.
For $249 today.
$249 is a lot of money that nobody's stocking up on, like 8,000 of them to pawn off.
Does it evaporate? I don't know. I'm not a cologne guy. How long does that shit last?
It's alcohol, so it has to.
Oh, I don't know. Pretty good though.
What do you call it? The cologne that the house came with?
Yeah, pretty much. But Trump cologne's telling with you to the next house. Meet the hairstylist whose $600 cuts have a 5-month wait list. What? That's insane. Your hair grows so much in 5 months. And by the way, the clientele is celebrities like Sophia Richie Grangi, Paige DeSorbo, and Brooks Nader. Never heard of any of these people.
Wait, I've heard of Kevin Sorbo. That's Hercules, right?
Kevin Sorbo is going to be a much better brother than this. That guy has hair for days. And McCartney. But, like, who the fuck needs a $600 haircut other than just to tell people you had the $600 haircut? Because it's the same thing as getting $10 cuts.
It's not. I did kickboxing with a French guy, nicest guy in the world. I think I uppercutted him one time in the face and maybe gave him a bloody nose. He was super nice, and I think he gave Julia 50% off her first cut ever, which brought her to a $260 haircut. And the first hit's for free. But what you're paying for, Zach, is to have people in there that are not you and me. They just want to be with rich people. It's probably networking, really.
Maybe. So it's like the Harvard Club of Haircuts?
Yeah. You also said who needs a haircut for that?
I need a haircut badly. Not the front. I'm going to let the bangs grow out. But it's... Nevertheless, we should go. We should... he could do all over. He could give you a body thing going on.
Oh, Look at me. Look at me.
Disgusting. Just terrible. Forget hot girl summer. Gen Z women are flocking to convents with nuns. Vow of silence. Summer is in. Thank God. Gen Z women, insufferable.
You hate every gen.
It
doesn't matter. You hate Gen Z, Gen X, Gen doesn't matter.
That was excellent, and I do. Meanwhile, if any part of that is real, oh yeah. Put me into the convent. Let's go.
What are the chances it's one big shag fest at a nunnery?
100%. Not like the real nuns necessarily, but the rest of them, it's cosplay. Not Cosby, but like they're just playing nun and they're fucking everything.
Cosplay Cosby, really funny. I just have to think like when they say body of Christ, They know what they're saying.
They know what they're saying. Flight attendant, this is close to your heart. Flight attendant demands passengers spit out Zyn, leaving travelers confused on the policy because some airlines have a no nicotine policy. Zyn counts. If she's going to demand it, in the hand. They're going right into the hand out. No, they need the Zyn bin. But yeah, some airlines allow it, some don't. Delta first class, no Zyn.
I'm telling you, my feet were tickling when I had a Zyn in my mouth. I had to sit down at a slot.
Oh, I was going to do it. I was scared.
You just get a little bit of like a, whoa, I'm dizzy. I didn't like it.
All right. Restaurant sparks fury, and I couldn't do this either, for serving customers live lobster. Like, here he is. You kill it. You do whatever you want to this thing.
You can't do it. You have to boil it.
Yeah, or you don't. This is in Australia. So maybe they get to boil it, maybe they get to kill it, but it is live in front of them. It's essentially hostile, but for lobsters.
Oh, so you do the killing and then it goes in the pot?
It's consumed. You can consume it raw. You can just eat. You can't?
No chance.
Why not? Isn't it just sushi?
No, it's very like gooey, and I don't think you can.
Who cares if it's gooey? It's actually good. Yeah, you eat it raw. You just eat the thing.
No, that's not happening.
Oh, well, it is happening. So there's either going to be a wave of death in Australia, or your lobster facts are incorrect.
It's just hostile. Oh my god! I dropped a hostile reference the other day, but we'll get there.
Robot romance. Women will be having more sex with robots than men by 2050. Now,
no, false. I heard Elon the other day. He says 5 years. 5 years.
Right, well, they're doing a sexy robot. I'm not going to lie. Like, why is it? I mean, the chick from Small Wonder, she got pretty hot too, and that's like the Terminator. But here's the question: are these robots getting married? Because that's where a lot of human men stop having the sex. So if they're not being, well, no, but like I haven't in forever, and I assume you haven't. So if these guys aren't getting married, they're getting more at bats. This is an unfair thing.
All right, let's do some math. You have a robot. How long before you want a new one? How long before you get tired of a robot?
Yeah, but like you can just keep trading them. So
no. How long before you want a new one, a different hair color, a different gender, a different religion?
Every day.
Every day?
I don't know if it's an option. If it's on the table, no, I would ever want to go to the same one again.
It's not Blockbuster. You can't just take it back.
It is Blockbuster.
Blockbuster nut?
Yeah, or what's that like GameFly? Like they just send you a subscription. You return the old one, they send you a new one, and it's on. I hope they sterilize it. They gotta do some the cleaning thing.
Nutflix?
Unbelievable. There it is. Just mark it down. Netflix is very good.
I thought my Blockbuster was better, but you didn't hear it. That's okay.
I did hear it. Netflix was a lot better. I don't know where you go with this. Like, eventually we'll just be obsolete.
No, they need us for one thing and one thing
only. They do not, because you could put the artificial insemination from the sperm bank into the robot, and then you've got, like, he's just shooting it up like RoboCop. Pew, pew, pew.
No, but you still need somebody. The sperm bank will run out eventually.
Well, they pay guys to jerk off in there. Those guys aren't having any sex. The guys who are donating. I've seen Road Trip.
Oh my god. Okay, and there goes us. We're not monetized anymore on YouTube, so that's okay.
Why? With that, we'll be on the what's it called? Nut tube, whatever you just said.
845
Yeah, that too. But here's the one that gets me, and it's a callback to the other day. I truly believe they're just falling for this guy. A Florida man headbutted by an airborne shark while surfing. An insane video. I did see the video. It's not nearly what the headline reads. It's a surfer, a little wave breaks, and on top of the wave, a mini shark goes flying and does hit the guy in the head. But this is 2 sharks in 3 weeks that have hit someone in the head. Frankly, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
Raining sharks? It's insanity. The guy said he got on his board and he paddled in as fast as humanly possible. That'll rock your world.
Just feeling... Well, sharks don't attack like that, right? They don't...
This one did. The one in the Frisbee golfer sure did.
How do you know that they weren't just going for like a high five? Like a high fin?
A high fin? Pretty good. I don't know. He didn't say, but I would be fucking out of there too. That might be the last day I surf. Or that or Point Break. We'll get him when he comes back in. He's not coming back in.
Hey, Zach, what you watching?
So we're caught up on a lot of things. We're caught up on Poker Face. We're caught up on what is it, Swing or whatever that's
Stick. Who cares?
Yeah. We've been, now that Zoe's not here, devouring. That we do have 2 left. Your Friends and Neighbors. It's really good because it is such a guilty pleasure. Everyone's hotter than the next. You know who's sneaky hot? I keep forgetting. The lawyer who's fucking the girlfriend, the daughter's boyfriend, the young, sexy little lawyer. She's got a look to her. Yeah, she's cute. Olivia Munn, terrific. Amanda Peet has held. She's got to be like 70. She's held up tremendously.
No, she was just super young in 9.5 Inches.
That movie's good.
She's very topless in it.
Very topless. They're just like hanging out with the gun. Oh my god, no one's ever looked better. So it's good. I don't really know what the plot is, or who cares. I wish he stole a little more. The Dominican housekeeper also each time getting hotter. They're cuping her up for every episode.
She's growing on me.
Yeah, it's good.
I told you about it. I said it's
I know.
fine.
So I'm giving you your Netflix.
My nut.
Yeah. So there's that. That's what we're watching because like no Mets, and when they are on, they're unwatchable. So there's that. What are you watching?
We made a point. So the fact that both of these shows dropped, and I only knew about it because I saw something on a podcast, but last season of Squid Game and The Bear are currently out. And
I haven't gotten to either of them yet.
And Julia looked at me. She's like, "Which one do you want to do?" I thought it was a no-brainer. I was like, "Shut up in Squid Game. Like, let's finish this thing."
Yeah.
6 episodes. They're all April.
That's your number.
The worst was I was so blotto one day. I said 8545. The guy goes, "Nope." I said, "It's 8545, Jason." He goes, "Nope." I said, 8454. He goes, "Yeah, that's it." And he gave me the drink. They just need you to give me something. They don't give a shit. But
the last cruise I went to, my cousin Jason said because he was like 16. He took his sister Jessica's room card and ID. He goes, "Oh, they made a mistake. My name is Jesse. There was a misprint." The kid drank the entire trip on someone else's tab.
Wow. Good.
Yeah, they don't. You're right. They don't give a shit at all. They don't get paid to care.
So I can't talk about it. It's come out too recently, but we did just binge and finish Squid Game, the last part. There's highs, there's lows, there's things that I go like, I like that happened. There's things that make me go, "Oh Jesus, you got to be kidding me."
Is it really finally over, or is it gonna be another season? Because this thing is just the search for more money.
Do you want me to know? Do you want me to say or no?
No, I don't care. No.
Okay, so you don't want me to say.
I don't want to know. It'll probably be the next thing we go to. We got 2 more Your Friends and Neighbors, and then we're off to that.
All right. So anybody who is listening to this, you have at least until next week for when Zach catches up. But we can talk about the ending whenever you want to. But I will just say, even when the show was bad, it's still better than fucking most of the stuff. Like it's so goddamn good.
Yeah, it's insanity, and that's what you want on TV. It's an escape. It's fun. Good,
Agreed.
Clean fun. Yeah.
Pishadoo of the week. I got 9 candidates because I like to talk about stuff, and my candidates are so bad.
How was this?
That you making fun of me for 13 candidates or whatever that I do. But
UFC. Here we go.
I laughed my ass off. I thought that was so funny. It's always the second one. But my candidates are so bad. My elements came this morning.
Nice. So did I. Hey, Shelby, how is Department Q? Isn't he good?
I've heard good things. I want to watch that. Julia keeps on putting it to the back.
Put Shelby to the back. Go on.
Candidate number 1. Did you hear they finally came to a conclusion in the Wander Franco trial? Zach, why don't you tell very guilty. Why don't you tell everybody who he is, what he did, and what happened?
He used to play shortstop. I don't actually remember what he did at this point. He beat the daylights out of someone. Or?
He was dating a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
And the parents were being paid off. Now, Wander Franco is getting a 2-year time served suspended sentence for what he did. The mother of the 14-year-old getting 10 years in jail. So the Dominican, we should just go there. Is that crazy? That the guy doing pedophilia got 2 years that he's already served and the mother's getting 10?
Yeah, because he has money.
Is that what it is? That's just
what it is.
Holy hell, is that bad?
How many years did he play? You know how far that goes in DR?
2 years and was on his way to all the money. I mean, like, he was very good. So, all right. Candidate number 2. Oh, no UFC. But why don't we talk about another combat sport? I finally, did you hear the results came in?
Yeah.
4 out of 5, they have to deliberate one.
Yeah,
part.
but they didn't get the big one.
Is that what it is?
It's the Rico one. They didn't do it. They didn't get yet.
No, it's they don't know if he's guilty or not. They just say that they've decided.
Right, that's the one that please, he's guilty.
All right. I finally was able to control myself enough that I did not watch a highlight of Jake Paul boxing this past weekend. You know, he beat up Julio Cesar Chavez's son.
Yeah.
Do you know that Jake Paul just got a number 14 ranking in all of the cruiserweight standings and has never beaten a real boxer?
Yeah, because no one's out there anymore, because it's all UFC these days.
It doesn't matter. He's never beaten a real boxer, and the one time he fought an unranked guy, he got tuned up.
Good, let him get tuned up by the 15 seed.
He's calling out random people. It's not going to matter.
He's a celebrity fighter.
That doesn't bother you at all, that he got a ranking? Okay. All right. Jeopardy the other night. There was a girl that...
Yeah.
She won. She was the champion. She won Final Jeopardy. It was a story that was very hard to follow. It was which person founded this money. The one guy guessed Rockefeller. The other person guessed, I don't know, Astor Place. And then she goes, who is Folger? And it was right. And she won all the money. And then while they're doing the credits, she's telling Alex Trebek, or whoever the new asshole is, that her great-grandfather was the guy or knew the guy or something like that.
The guy?
How do they not vet these people a little bit better that the Final Jeopardy question is not going to be related to the person?
They have it probably done so far in advance that it's a fluke, but good for her. Born to the right family. She came from the right nut.
That's I don't know. This is an old story that my friends hate. The very first cruise ship I went on when I was doing sports trivia, it came down to final triple Jeopardy. And the lady's like, all right, I know you've done well, but I have a really tough one. And I'm like, okay.
Adam Jones.
It was, who is baseball's Iron Man and how many games did he have to play consecutive? I'm thinking I'm in the middle of the goddamn ocean and they asked me Baltimore sports trivia. They had no, I said, do you want the amount that he broke or the amount that he won? She's like, I'll give you double points. I mean, I was like, 21-31, 26-32. Give me the t-shirt.
Just his measurements.
Give me the t-shirt. You've been a great audience. We're out. It was 1 in a million for them to ask me Baltimore sports trivia.
It's pretty good.
There you go. All right. I saw an advertisement on TikTok the other day. They're now selling what I'm calling life-size iPods. Sorry. They're now selling life-size iPads where when it's too hard to read a book on something this big, Zach, the thing was 3 foot by 4 feet that you put up on a stand in front of you and just read a book.
That's insane.
It was insane. Because
but that's got to be fun if you're playing Street Fighter.
Hadouken!
Exactly.
You know they're redoing that, right? I just heard they're doing another movie. Yeah.
A movie with Van Damme?
Well, I don't think him, but they're doing it with other people.
No, I want Van Damme.
I heard Schultz is going to be in it, the comedian. He's got a side
Dalton
character. Andrew, you fuck.
Oh.
All right. Here's one that I love. FanDuel the other day. Some guy, there's a million people. I actually know somebody very close to me that is a professional. I tweet out shitty bets. One of them hits a long parlay. You go viral. You get all the money.
No. Because he's getting paid to play video games.
I know. Different person. We can talk off air. Well, somebody tweeted out some insane parlay. I couldn't even tell you what the sports were. People follow the bet because that's how they make money. The insane parlay hits. FanDuel is out so much money. They said whatever the original parlay was, we're going to take that winnings and divide that up amongst all the people.
Bullshit.
Oh, it's huge bullshit because they'll take in your money. But if they owe... I don't know if this was a bankrupt the company situation. Most likely not. But they are not paying out everybody who followed one person's parlay.
Who cares? They should be bankrupt. Because if everybody followed that parlay and lost, they would happily collect.
Of course. Well, this is where they messed up because if I bet a parlay and the odds need to change to reflect that you can cover the losses, and they didn't do that.
Right, horse racing style.
Exactly. It was an insane bet. But yeah, I heard that. I was like, whoa, that is no bueno there.
What about a class action then?
I'll tweet the guy on TikTok. Okay, I'll let him know. Class action.
2 Jews think we should class act this thing.
God bless America.
Hell yeah.
Did you see Rebecca Lobo on a WNBA telecast the other day where something happened? There was a call, the coach challenged it, the call's overturned. She then comes out with, and that's why this sport is amazing, and that's why we're making America great.
Yeah, she went Trump on it.
Or she said, but she didn't go Trump. She said, like, that's why America's great. Pause. Zach, that's a regular saying about America being great. And I don't know if you know. I don't know if other people know. Do you know who originally coined Make America Great Again?
I don't know. James Madison, Jean-Claude Van Damme? I have no idea.
You guessed it, Bill Clinton. That
Really?
saying has been used 8,000 times in politics. And now it's like Trump has a stranglehold on Make America Great.
Trump has a stranglehold on a lot I
including that cologne. I can't
Cologne
wait.
is hot. You know what? I'm going to talk myself into buying it.
If I get one big paycheck, it's just gonna be like, yeah, I'm buying the cologne. Why not?
I just bought deer antler spray today, so what the hell do I care?
You're such an idiot. I told you not to.
I'm so excited for it.
Elements, let's do this. This is another story about paydays not working out. The bronze medal coming out today. Norway just had some lottery where a bunch of people won like thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, but the money is in German whatever, kroner. It gets transferred to
Marks.
Sure, German marks, Norwegian kroner. Well, the email was supposed to be, here is your payday conversion divided by 100. Instead, they sent people a multiplier of 100. And there are those who won whatever lottery. They've booked vacations. They've quit jobs. They've bought cars. They then found out they're not getting as much money as they nearly thought. Keep in mind, when you're talking about going, that is what Josh will correct me, 5x multiplier, 5 exponential, something to that effect. When you're going from here divided by 100 to times 100, the CEO has stepped down and said, I'm sorry. I don't know what that helps, but
You know what? FanDuel should do the same.
Oh, you're still on FanDuel. That's going to bother you. That's going to win, isn't it?
Taking my craw.
Is it? Okay. All right. Did you hear what happened in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho with the firefighters? Terrible story,
Yeah.
right? I'm not making any jokes about anything that happened. Terrible, terrible firefighters being shot. Do you know that this is where it gets funny? My job is to find the funny angle of this terrible story.
Well, then do your job at this point.
Well, when the firefighters were looking for the man who was shooting at them, they found his car. And they decided to push the car into a ditch so he couldn't get back to said car and drive it away. Why not just slash the tires? Why not just put the club...
Go to the extra mile. The club is good. I used to have a club. And I wouldn't even lock it. It was just a deterrent.
Put a club on the steering wheel. Do something. They had to push this guy's car into a ditch. It felt like such a waste of time. Like, just go, shut up and firefight.
He just shot their friends. Fuck with his car. Yeah, go for it, guys.
Fuck with his car. He wasn't going to be driving this car ever again, ever.
I don't know, man. I don't mind it.
Cut the tires. That way he's not getting to push the car in the ditch. Somebody's now it's just making more work for somebody else.
No, it just stays there.
You don't think that's an insane thing? It's
It's
like, all right.
a deterrent. To do this to someone else, your car gets pushed in a ditch. That's our move.
And the gold medal. I've been away. The news has been hard for me to follow. I didn't have the internet package. By the way, on a cruise ship,
454.
any joke you can possibly make on a cruise ship, anytime Mila would do anything, I'm like, doesn't have the drink package. Lands every time. Just say something in package. Like, oh. Even the comedian we saw on the ship, she made a cocaine package joke. Didn't land quite as much. The blow
she
package. It was a guy and a girl. The old man, he did cruise jokes. They landed. The girl was too cutting edge / Y chromosome issues.
No. But she wasn't ugly, was she?
She was probably in her mid to late 50s. So, like, sure.
You still would.
I limbo. It is what it is. Okay. But I haven't followed the news because everything going on with the cruise ship and the anyway, Trump and the Japan has been going back and forth about what they import, what they don't. And the conclusion that I heard was Trump says, we don't import anything to Japan. Japan says we spend $298 million a year on rice to be imported from America. Now, I don't know if that's true if you're making it up. Does Florida import oranges? Does Mexico import avocados? What the fuck is Japan importing rice for? From America?
I don't know. It seems like something they would have plenty of.
Oh, and cheaper? Why do we make rice here so great? They're like, oh, you gotta have American rice. It's the best.
Uncle Ben's, it's great. Shit, that rice. It's terrible rice.
It's the rice-a-roni, San Francisco treat. Gotta have the rice. It's the best.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. I cannot believe that whether this is real or not, we import rice to Japan?
That's export. That's a terrible, terrible thing. They should have their own system. And there's got to be a place closer by or cheaper that they can get rice.
That's what my thoughts
just
are.
make Rice Island. It's just a shit ton of it for the region.
This is better than FanDuel, isn't it?
It's bothering me, but it's not a felony. But, we should open up Rice Island. Buy an island, and we can supply all the Asian countries with rice on the cheap.
Oh, speaking of things that didn't happen, how you didn't put an Ellie De La Cruz reference in your trivia, and the fact that you talked about baseball for half the podcast, he's fantastic.
Ellie? Yeah, he's good. But he's a De La Cruz. He's not a Cruz. I can't believe this guy knew the distance of a cruise missile.
I think it was a guessing. I lucky.
But he didn't. He knew it, but he didn't get Victor Cruz.
Because he thought you said running back.
I just said yards, and he went to UMass.
Wander Franco only getting 2 years. Jake Paul officially ranked 14th. Jeopardy contestant has a familial tile to win for the last one. They're now having life-size iPads. That actually sounds kind of cool now I'm thinking about it. FanDuel didn't pay out everybody because they all followed a parlay. Rebecca Lobo saying that's why America's great, and she almost got canceled live on air to Castellanos' deep fly ball. Norway not paying out the lottery winners after messing up a decimal. You have the Idaho man getting his car pushed into a ditch before he shot himself in the head and died. That's probably not why he did it. And Japan importing rice from America. Who is the Pishadoo of the week?
It's FanDuel because it's what's good for the gander. It's what's good for me and not for thee. That's what bothers me about the whole thing. They would take your money, but they won't pay it out. Gives me the red ass. Don't like it.
Boozer Daddy the podcast. Thanks for listening to tonight's episode. We had fun. We're going to keep doing this. Shout out to Ron Katz for holding the fort down. It was a lot harder than it looks. Zach, we always talk about these sequels. They keep popping up. They're doing a Harold and Kumar sequel.
Isn't it like the fifth one at this point?
No, I think it's the second. I don't think they ever did one. It just
No,
filled
they
up.
did Guantanamo Bay. They did a Harold and Kumar Christmas. I saw that.
I think they're doing I think they're going to White Castle again.
Oh, like as two gay 40-something-year-olds? Because that's what they are these days.
NPH made a huge comeback in that.
Another gay 40-something, 50-something. God.
Is Henry Cho gay?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. I think they were all straight when they made that movie. Maybe it just turns you.
Happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
Oof. What are you going to do? I didn't get as many Bobby Bonilla. Usually my phone blows up at like 7 a.m.